Hello everyone, I hope you're having an amazing, what is it, Sunday? I'll be having an amazing Sunday today, and today we are going to talk about this enhanced risk for today. So it's going to be action-packed. We're going to see tornadoes, 1,000%. We have two enhanced risks. The main one, the main one will be right here. That's the main one. And then another one that we have is down here. So look out for that one. Even though it's a small area, enhanced, moderate, and high, slight, moderate, and high are the worst ones that we can get. So we gotta look out for that. If we look at today's tornado threat, there is a couple upgrades. If I can do this without messing anything up, there's a 10% chance of 10% chance of tornadoes. Right there in that orange circle that you see there. Memphis is dead center on there. So Memphis, Jonesboro, Pine Bluff, Greenville, Oxford, Knoxburg, especially Memphis. Memphis is highly populated, so I hope nothing bad happens there. But it will, though. They're expecting a lot of stuff today. And then and another 10% chance of tornadoes was right here. Down here into, it actually includes 3 states here. Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. So gotta be eyes peeled for that one. So 2 areas to watch today. Down here. I hate these type of events. I hate when there's 2 chances because as soon as the event starts, I go into I get started immediately. Whenever Ryan Harlow goes live, that's when I go up there because I know it's getting bad. Alright, well, anyway, besides that, wind threat, extremely high. And down here, if I can, I should use a different color, shouldn't I? I'm sorry, guys. It's blue. So, this is intensity group 1 risk, so we gotta be out. Memphis is in that. Jackson, you're in that. Jackson, Tennessee, not Jackson, Mississippi. Greenville, Jonesboro, Dyersburg, Nashville. I'll count you in there. They don't count you in. You're like right on that center line, but I would count you in there in that pink. I would definitely count you in there. That's the wind. Hail's pretty low today. That's good. I don't want the cars damaged or anyone damaged. Yeah, like I said, the hail risk is pretty low. We only got a 15% chance of hail, and then yes, 15, not 10. And then another 15% risk down there, intensity group 1. So that means heavy damage. So that's actually pretty bad. But at least tonight, that's center where everything else is. Now, I am expecting a high risk out of this. No, excuse me, moderate risk. Whoa, we're getting out of hand. I'm expecting a moderate risk, probably somewhere right through there. I'll be surprised if they issue it at 12 p.m. because it's gonna get bad there. I think they'll issue a moderate risk for that area, but we don't know yet. Now, since that's done, we can look at tomorrow's. If you're seeing that right, a moderate risk already on day 2. Now, so that's the moderate risk right there. Stretching from north central South Carolina, all the way up here to Maryland. So bad. Moderate risk. This could be the first high risk of 2026. I believe it. I think we'll get a high risk out of this by tomorrow. A tornado threat? Look at that. That's just insane. We have intensity. These don't say the risks. All it says is intentional, conditional, and intensity group in that red. So I don't understand what the risk is. So right there is where you're going to see the most amount of tornadoes. Richmond, Raleigh. So it's going to be action-packed there. I think we'll have a tornado outbreak. I really think we will. I can say that with 88.9 confidence. I think it's going to be bad. Wind risk. Jesus. This is bad. We will definitely have heavily wind damage in Richmond, Raleigh. The main risk will just be right around here. So right there, you will have trace uprooted. We will have destructive severe thunderstorm warnings with both storms are bringing really strong winds. Really strong winds. It's insane. I think they'll upgrade this to a high. Cause like, if I saw this, I would upgrade it to a high. If they were upgraded to this with a high, I'd probably do it right around here. Or I'd probably do it like just right around there. That area is probably gonna be if the high's issue. So Raleigh is gonna get pumped smack by everything. Look at everything: tornadoes, wind, hail. I think yes, Raleigh is getting everything in this system. We have a 15% hail risk stretching from Raleigh all the way down here to Jacksonville, Florida. So, and this is tomorrow's, not today's. This is tomorrow. So we could definitely have some hail damage to vehicles, pets, humans. So it's gonna be bad. Tomorrow, it's gonna be bad, really bad. If we take look at today's thunderstorms, that is around 8. That is around 8 p.m. So that's where it's gonna be bad. Or around that time frame. Alright, everyone. I hope. Oh, yeah. Another thing I want to talk about. This storm isn't just bringing tornadoes. It's bringing winter storms. Look at this. If we take a look at Ryan Holleyall's winter storm threat for today, it is a rare, moderate risk, stretching from Marshall, Minnesota, all the way up here to Clark Township, Michigan. So this is going to be a really impactful storm. As we can already see, people are getting snow right at this moment. This was 2 inches. This was in Wisconsin Rapids. Someone reported 2 inches 4 hours ago. So they probably got total 7 inches just today. It ain't even done. It hasn't even started. That was just one little clipper that they got this morning. So yeah, bad. Just these are not. Okay, well. Alright, well. Just that. Okay, this is tomorrow's outlook for winter storms and at moderate risk. Stretching from Crystal Falls, Michigan, all the way up here to Clark Township, Michigan. So it's going to be a pretty impactful storm, if you ask me. A little disclaimer, I will be doing a weather pre-stream today. If YouTube disables my stream today, I'm going to be mad. But they shouldn't know. But if they do, I'm going to be mad. But again, I'll give you a quick rundown. Really quick, trust. So this is today's risk, enhanced risk, stretching from Noblesville, Indiana, all the way down here to Jackson, Mississippi, and another one stretching from, I would just say, LaGrange, LaGrange, Georgia, all the way down here to Crestview, Florida. So that is today's outlook. So this is today's. Right on there. This is tomorrow's. We have actually, we'll start over here. We have a enhanced risk stretching from Brunswick, Georgia, all the way up here to LaPorte, Pennsylvania. So that is that. In this day 3, there's just a general risk in Florida, stretching from Key West, Florida, all the way up here to Bowling Green, Florida. This is today's tornado threat. We have a 10% tornado threat, stretching from, Holland, Mississippi, all the way up here to Madisonville, Kentucky. So that is today's tornado threat. Tomorrow's tornado threat, we have a intensity group 1. So I would say probably like a 25% chance of tornadoes, stretching from Wedgefield, South Carolina, all the way up here to Frederick, Maryland. 2 days wind threat. There is probably a 30% chance of extreme hail, stretching from Greenville, Mississippi, all the way up here to Mitchell, Indiana. Tomorrow's wind threat. There is probably 60. Okay, I'm sorry, I did not click on them. A 60% wind risk. Okay, I was sorry about that. Okay. Today's wind threat. I'm sorry. We have a 45% chance of extreme winds today. 45% chance. Tomorrow's, stretching from Columbia, South Carolina, all the way up here to, Thurmont, Maryland. And there was a 60% chance of damaging winds for Raleigh, Richmond, and Washington, D.C. So we gotta be prepared for that. Hail threat for today. We just have a small little 15% hail risk, stretching from Lufkin, Texas, all the way up here to Brownsville, Tennessee. And then tomorrow's, we have another 15% risk, stretching from Palm Coast, Florida, all the way up here to Richmond, Virginia. So we have to be weather prepared and weather ready. Today, don't be scared. Be prepared. Clean out your storm cellar if you live in eastern Tennessee. Actually, if you live anywhere in that orange, I'll take a look at that. I'll start down here, and if you see yourself in there, I mean, you probably know where you live, but I'll just take a look. So if you see your county or city, whatever it's called, you need to be prepared for that. Indianapolis, it's probably gonna be a bust on your all side. I'm playing. Yeah, this storm is a Lana storm, so pretty much from Winfield, Louisiana, all the way up here to Noblesville, Indiana. I think everyone's gonna be if you live in this enhanced risk slight and marginal, you are going to get impacted by this storm. There's no chance. I'll be like, oh no, there's no way, because this is not a couple supercells sparking up. like supercell, 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 supercell. This is a clear line of storms going to push off into the east. That is why the Storm Prediction Center has issued that day 2 moderate risk, because these storms are going to keep pushing east, and by on like 2:30 to 2:35, that's when that storm's going to arrive for the Virginias. So gotta be prepared for that. And the reason why we have such a strong tornado threat and no, like, do you think with the storm system, like supercells, there will be like no supercells in the storm? We could see a couple fire off here and there, but not like this will not be a major tornado outbreak. But can we see a tornado outbreak today? Possibly. I could say that with 45% chance of yes, we could see. So it's not going to be that bad, but it's going to be bad. Yeah, I shouldn't even say it ain't going to be that bad. It's going to be really bad today. And the reason why we have such a strong tornado threat is because all the wind shear in the atmosphere, there's going to be so much spin in the atmosphere that we can't see tornadoes. I mean, we cannot not see tornadoes in this because the spin is so strong. But if we had no wind shear, no spin at all, this will just be a high wind threat, and it's done. But we will see definitely tornado warnings in this because of that wind shear and that spin in the atmosphere. So we are seeing tornadoes. So don't be like, oh, it's just wind, we'll be fine. No. Even this wind can knock down buildings potentially. Hurricane force. It's going to get bad. It won't surprise me if we have I'm just telling you, it won't surprise me if we have a hurricane force wind warning. It won't surprise me at all. But yeah, so everybody prepare for that. If you live in the orange, I forgot my colors, yellow and green, you're going to see some like if you're in the green, just a couple storms. What really like 35 wind. Like, what am I saying? 35. These winds are be going at like 35 miles an hour. I forgot the word for it. My bad. But if you live in the slight and enhanced, so the yellow and the orange, you're going to receive some of the strongest winds of this storm. I don't understand why they issued that enhanced stress in there. I don't understand why they did that, but you never know. There's a Storm Prediction Center, they know everything, so they don't know anything. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, again, that is today's outlook. Tomorrow's, and then day 3's, which there's nothing. All there is a general risk. Anyway, I'm Isaac Smith, and I'm signing off for the day. I hope you stay safe and weather aware. And again, don't be scared.